Hello, everyone, and welcome back to RGLGG, where we continue our coverage of the RGL Invite Sixes Season 15 season group stages. Tonight, it's going to be Global Clan versus Global Clan Ice, a battle of the two clans. Who is going to come out on top? We're going to have to see tonight over on Snakewater. My name's TC Meno. I am joined by the amazing Marmaloo. We've got Dolphin, as always, on production. Marmaloo, how you doing tonight? And are you excited to see who can establish themselves as the better clan?
I'm doing great, and I think low key this might be the most important match of the regular season. I think, the Froyo G6, love to see those, but has very little implications on at least making LAN. For those who don't remember, this is a LAN season. The top four teams go to a LAN playoffs. And these two teams right here, I think, are the most highly contested teams for that fourth place and that last playoff spot. And I think both of them would really like to start the season out with a very nice win right here, but we'll see how they do it.
We will have to see how they do it. Like you said, they're both competing probably for that fourth spot. And they, at the moment, it seems like Global Clan have kind of come out the gates just a little bit stronger. They had a very narrow loss, 3-4 against Witness Gaming versus Global Clan Ice's a bit more dominant loss to Witness Gaming, 5-1. So maybe early impressions would be that Global Clan proper are going to be the favorites coming in here, but we can go over the rosters and run those down for you all. On Global Clan proper, it is going to be Shamu and Pablo. They're going to be the two scouts. You have Paul Dog and Loaf as the soldiers. No Mercy, aka Sin Karma, is going to be the demo man, and then Dank on medic. Already, that's a very solid lineup. A lot of those players, they play together as the Greasy Dot Hogs. Then you have Pablo and Loaf coming in. Loaf was on the Mafia last season. They got fifth, I believe. It was their most of their first season in Invite, actually, and to get fifth is a very huge accomplishment. And Loaf has already been kind of proving their way on this team, making a lot of great plays. Same thing with Pablo. I think there are two excellent pickups. Of course, losing Rakuso in Kryptonite, they have a lot of Invite experience in their own right, but immediately the two pickups for Global Clan have been working fantastic for them.
Yeah, and especially with Loaf, I've heard many, many good things about him. Picking up a bunch of newer players, I'd say, has a very good plus. The Rakuso and Kryptonite, they're really solid. They know what they're doing, but they're not going to put the extra mile in that I think Loaf and Pablo will put in. I'm really excited to see what they can do this season. But on the side of Global Clan Ice, we have Yum Yum of Froyo fame on Flank Scout, Scratch on Combo, Grape Juice on Roamer, Quacks on Pocket, Piniferous on Demo, and Hannah on Medic. And I think at least two soldiers I watched, up and coming soldiers, Grape Juice and Quacks, actually combining forces, make is it Quack Juice? What's their soldier doing there? What do we got here?
Yeah, Quack Juice the third, I think,
Hmm.
has to be it. But speaking of this soldier duo, you were playing against them just a little bit earlier, Marmaloo, in their pre-game scrim. And correct me if I'm wrong. What were your kind of impressions about that squad in their pre-game scrim, and just their overall impressions of the team? You know, this is a team that has been in Invite now for 3 seasons. They are newer. But at this point, they already have a bit of Invite experience to their name. What were your kind of impressions playing against them, and how do you think that's going to carry over onto this match on Snakewater?
Yum Yum is a psychopath. Otherwise, they're really well coordinated. They're disciplined. We were kind of giving them the business, but we kind of had a very experienced squad coming up against them, and I think this could be a good match. We were playing this map in goalie, and they got very rolled on goalie. So I think this is definitely a good map for them. But I'm excited to see. And when we were talking about how both teams played Witness, having mixed results, maps and playstyles have a lot to do with it. So you may roll one team and get rolled by another. I'm really excited to see how they open this up, and I'm expecting a decent amount of off-classing in this game, especially from someone like
Ooh.
Pablo, Shamu, Yum Yum. We're going to see a couple things there. I know I see some Grape Juice and Quack Spy every now and then. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Paul Dog Sniper Spy thrown in there as well. But I think this game is going to slow down.
Interesting. Well, yeah, Snakewater can definitely be very slow, particularly from second to last. That can be just such a pain the try and break into or try and break out of. You know, you've got the coined Banny sentry gun on last that can just deny literally everyone from everywhere, and it can be such a pain to try and take that down before you go for your sack, and doing that without losing anyone as well. It can be such a monumental task, but one thing I do want to kind of get your input on is on these mid, Snakewater, probably one of the most highly characteristic things about it is the mids, which can be just double high soldier bomb. You send them and you go for the medic, and the soldiers can have a very, very big impact on this mid in particular. We were talking about the two soldiers, Grape Juice and Quacks. How do you think they stand up against Paul Dog and a Loaf? Do you think that one's going to be a little bit more aggressive than the other? Do you think it's just going to come down to some of the other players on these squads?
Ooh, I'm not super familiar with Loaf's game, but I think Grape Juice and Quacks are probably going to be a little more aggro off the bat. But yeah, you talking about this mid, it's very interesting. I feel like if you really want to water and dumb it down as minimal as possible, there's three options. You're either committing, you're either playing passive and sitting there, or you are kind of playing a poke spam, try and take some ground style, which there are ones that beat others, as rock, paper, scissors does, but there's only a couple options, but there's a lot of nuance in between. And I'm really excited to see how the soldiers and how everybody on this team decides to go at it. I think one of the most probably important players on either team in this server is Sin Karma Alt Demo Man. He can be very oppressive, especially if you do not kind of put him in his spot. You don't keep pressure up on him.
Yeah, that is kind of the mark of a really great demo man, is just their ability to lock down everyone in the server, just keep them all looking. Maybe there's a sticky trap, there's a pipe flying their way. 12 projectiles, all fully expended over on the point. So I 100% agree, Sin Karma can definitely have a very big impact on this first mid, and I kind of agree with you that it might be GCI being a little bit more aggressive, as we are going to go live very soon. So I'm going to press you for a prediction, Marmaloo. Who do you think is going to be walking away as the victors tonight, and by how many rounds?
Ooh, you know what? I'm going to have to go with, I'm going to go for GCI.
Okay.
I know a couple of them, big fans. I'm going to say it's going to be a 4-3.
Ooh, okay.
Slop knocker, like an extra 10 minutes in overtime, back and
Gotcha.
forth. How about you? What do you think?
I'm gonna have to go for GlobalClan proper. I'm gonna say they are gonna be walking away the victors, and I'm gonna take your score. I'm gonna yoink it, 4-2.
Flip it? I see.
Yeah, as well. Did you say 4-3 or 4-2?
I said 4-3. 4-3.
4-3. All right. Well, I'm going to go one less round. I'm going to say GlobalClan win this, but we're going to have to see who is right as we go live on this very first mid. Sin Karma going to be spamming out some stickies. None of them connecting just quite yet, but now his team have rolled out and the mid fight can begin in proper. No one's going for any immediate aggression. Both soldiers and squads just happy to sit and poke around. Scratch getting a little bit exploratory on the upper levels of the mid fight, but now comes down onto the point, getting a tiny bit of cap time. Now we see Grape Juice coming in for a big bomb. He is going to commit onto the demo. Sin Karma is going to be taken down, and now that opens things up dramatically for GCI to try and walk across the point. They don't have to deal with that demo, and you can already see GlobalClan backing off onto their second.
Any fellow juicers in chat getting real hyped at that demo pick, but really clean air pipe on a Paul Dog cleaning up, and they're going to take this fight. On the other side, for GlobalClan, this is a 4v4 that they could take. Even Ubers, they got a capper there, and they're taking their time. They have no demo, so this middle ground is going to be really nice for GCI. Both teams equal out. We're going to enter a stalemate, and I'm curious to see if it's another Grape Juice sack right away. Is he on man treads? What's he doing? No, he's not. Got metal shoes. But a really good opening mid. That was that really, really passive, no one crossing that mid line until Grape Juice decides to rip a bomb, and they get a really clean demo pick. And they're prepping up in Saw for a sack any second now.
Yeah, really great initiation from Grape Juice. Now we're going to maybe see some more Grape Juice initiation as he's posted over towards Saw, maybe just getting a bit ready. He's kind of walked in, maybe asking his team to create some space for him. As he bombs in, he gets air shot just a little bit. He waits for an arrow. He does get the arrow, and that allows Quacks to come in that chaos. He gets onto Sin Karma, and that's going to be the second time Sin Karma goes down to a soldier bomb. That one took a little bit more effort, but still really great opening for GCI as they can now try and walk into second.
Oh, the push coming in on the side of GlobalClan, just pushing Saw, getting a lot of pressure, but off that GCI is going to get onto point. It's Gonna be a trade, but the bomb comes out. There's so many flashes coming out everywhere, and GCI's backing up, especially with Sin Karma coming in any second now. A big pipe from Penny, and nothing comes of that Uber trade. Loaf really weak, but with us talking about, I think the most important guy on the server is Sin Karma, and he goes down twice back to back, which I don't think is a great sign. But once again, we're resetting it. If you're on the side of GlobalClan, taking that time down and kind of being back in a stalemate is on your side. You can reset the round, go back to mid. All the pressure is on GCI. If I'm on GCI, you cannot enter a game this important and flop an advantage. You can't have a mid win and then mess that up. You gotta try and take it slow, make something happen. I'm surprised we do not see an off class coming up yet.
That's true. No off classes just quite yet. You'd maybe expect to see one from GCI, considering they already have control of mid, but now they are going to be trying to pressure in through lower, maybe opening things up for Grapejuice to go through a bomb. Instead, it is going to be Quax. He goes in through lower, but he gets shot up sky high over in Saw. However, Grapejuice is going to have to abandon it. There is a little bit of a shove coming in from Pablo and Loaf. A scout coming in through lower. It is going to be Yum Yum. He is just running in, no fear at all, but he gets taken down because of it. Now 2 down on the side of GCI, allowing GlobalClan to try and walk in through lower here onto mid.
And GCI is not even trying to fight mid. They're not risking it at all. They're going to reset entirely. But a really, really good job from just GlobalClan. They are doing a great job of pushing Saw whenever their low is being kind of pressured. And they're just immediately stunting all of that, shutting down the flank and putting pressure up on GlobalClan ice to make a play and kind of back up or go for it.
Yeah, and we can already see that slow gameplay that you were talking about. We do have a soldier bombing around, but instead it's going to be Grapejuice with a huge market gardener onto Dank. Grapejuice just coming up so huge already in this game. Now Shamu, he's hiding over and lower. I think they have spotted him, so he is going to try and escape. And now GlobalClan, they really have to put all their talent towards taking down Hannah, as she's going to have a full 100% Uber ad as GCI. They want to try and walk in through Saw on the mid.
They're taking a goal all the time, but at this rate, the beam is going to be here any second now. But GlobalClan is getting a lot of ground through, taking a lot of spam in this corner, but they do get through cleanly, and Loaf and Paul Dog just both posted up. Maybe to do something, but GCI, Hannah catching a lock and load pipe, Pablo getting killed. And it looks like GCI should be able to take this mid for free and maybe transition this into a 2-push with Uberag.
They definitely can. Still around about 50% Uber advantage, as the squad for GCI is going to be walking in through lower. Scratch, leaning with charge.
Forwards. He could be on sniper or something. No, he's just on scout.
Oh, it just runs out. He gets deleted. That is so unfortunate. Quax is going to be able, but someone in a bit of trouble is Peniferous. Goes down fairly weak, but is going to be able to stay alive. And yeah, an opportunity for Pablo for sure, but not able to execute on it, as they have basically bought enough time. Dank is almost at Uber, but GCI are going to pressure this. They're going in. We do see a bomb from Grapejuice. Hits one nice air shot, but is going to be taken down. Now 2 more sackers coming in from GCI. One onto Dank. Dank, nice surf to stay alive. Quax is going to die in lower. And so that is going to be a held and a defended last point for GlobalClan.
I do like GCI really not wasting any time going for these higher volume sacks, but on this Yum Yum's going for a play. They get Dank with the sticky trap. Dank somehow dies, drops the Uber again. And GCI's got to try and fight all these players that are surrounding them, and Hannah may have to pop. Really good milk coming out and great cleanup from Scratch, and that is a full collapse on the side of GlobalClan, and that is not how you want to start. Back-to-back drops from Dank, not uncharacteristic.
Very uncharacteristic, as we now have a soldier on the point. So it is going to be Grapejuice. He might get mowed down by the heavy, but the Uber from his teammates are going to come in and help him capture up that point, making it a first round 1-0 in the favor of GlobalClan Ice. And GlobalClan proper, you know, they were looking pretty good in that round, but yeah, those drops from Dank just set them back too far, and they just got taken down that first round.
Back-to-back Sin Karma deaths, now back-to-back Dank drops. The big matches up, the lights are on, and GlobalClan is kind of shriveling up. Penny really aggro on the point with that lock and load. Both teams kind of taking it nice and standard. I'm curious to see GlobalClan proper, to steal your lingo here, is going to get aggro first. Both team, a big pipe coming onto Dank. And that is what the lock and load really brings. And off that, they may not even go for Dank. They're just going to take all this ground off of Dank having to leave entirely. Not getting enough cleanup. They only trade a soldier for a soldier, and GlobalClan proper kind of taking back in, and a sticky onto Yum Yum.
Oh, but Dank!
Great play from Quack, seeing that it's a bad fight, salvaging that up. And is what Quacks has been up to in these past 2 games we've been watching.
Yeah, Quacks is just, yeah, like he said, really heads up play, recognizing that he would still be able to get his team into a fairly good position. Sure, they might have lost mid, but now Hannah, able to stay alive, is going to have 100% Uber advantage as GCI. They're just going to try and clear all the corners, make sure that there's no sneaky Global Clan players going in behind her. Maybe trying to go for some type of play onto the medics. We have Grape Juice with a nice air shot onto an escaping Baldock. Shamu also gonna die, trying to escape through lower, and now they have a player ad and Uber advantage, and they're gonna be walking in onto mid.
Someone hit comma 8. There is a sniper on the catwalk, a really hard angle to clear, and if you're not expecting it, it's a very weird timing. I don't know if anyone spots it yet. Oh, Quack saw it, and they're gonna get in nice and clean, but what this is really going to influence is Loaf actually may switch off, and that is huge. With them thinking there's a sniper on the field, they're going to have to come in right away, and they do, and they pop very early, but on that, Dank slips into forwards and gets out. They may get some karma down with a late death.
Yeah, that is going to be a late death. Very unfortunate 20-second respawn as well. Probably one of the most punishing you can get in the game. But Loaf in the backlines, going to be a 1v1 Quacks. They have spotted out a behind player from GlobalClan. Too weak to do anything just for the moment. But if GlobalClan try and be aggressive here, they can maybe have Loaf go for some type of pincer play, as now they do have Uber. Might wait for Sin Karma to roll out, but Loaf dies in behind. So now they have to try and take this fight down one player, making their way through on the bats. It's looking pretty rough. Dank gets hit very much, and they have to use in lobby. Now they're trying to explode out onto the second point, but there's no one in GCI in range, and now they have to scarper back to last and make sure that they're not at risk of this incoming GlobalClan Ice Uber.
Yeah, and a big, hard situation there with a demo down and a soldier behind. That is back cap central, and they decide, let's not do that, but they get caught in the middle and get forced out. And a big ad coming out from GCI. They're about to go lower. I don't know if Paul Dog knows exactly. He does. They're going to walk, get this gun down nice and clean, and get some cap time right away. And this is a great Uber so far. Good flash. Not going to get any kills off of it, but they get more cap time and scratches in. Gets the cap. One small detail, I don't know. I didn't get to bring up, but I don't know if anyone noticed. Dank able to back spawn on 2 when they get pushed, just because Loaf was trying to spawn on the soldier. Just like a little mini thing that Dank was 100% caught, but got to back spawn through forwards. And now we're on to another round, a dominant start. 2-0 to GCI, and nothing like either of us thought. We thought it was going to be a slow, methodical game. Yeah. It's been 10 minutes and there's 2 rounds already.
It has been a very, very impressive for GlobalClan Ice, and partially because of these mids, they've been able to take space, whether by killing the demo. But this time, we're going to see GlobalClan proper get aggressive, sending both their soldiers in, trying to get onto Hannah. Hannah, nice surf to stay alive. Dank having to do something similar to stay alive, but can Hannah, one more rocket might have been able to take her down, but she is going to barely be able to live at so low HP, as we do see a scout trying to escape. It is going to be Pablo. He's not going to be able to make it out. And with only 2 left alive, Shamu and Dank are going to have to back up to last. Another really great mid from GlobalClan Ice. You know, at least GlobalClan proper have been able to keep their medic alive, so they're going to be able to hold on to last. But definitely still not how they'd like to be 3 rounds into this game.
There's a little funny Frenchman on the field now, but Loaf there definitely kicking himself. Hannah pulling out the "I don't know you're there, you can't hit me" movement, and Loaf misses 2 rockets on a 50 health med, and in a situation like this, gotta make sure he doesn't get into his head too bad. But Grape Juice on that early spy, and when I say early, he was on it immediately. Oh, he's on the stock watch. He's gonna run out. He grabbed the ammo health. I don't know. I don't think Dank noticed. He's in a really good spot. But on that stock watch, there's the NG. Pablo may walk out. Pablo walks out spawn, sees the spy, and that. Oh,
he just gets gunned down.
Lucky.
That is super unlucky for him. Is now an opportunity maybe for GlobalClan to try and go for some type of counter sack. We do see someone peeking in through lower. It was Paldog, but he is going to back up instead as a... I think the time has kind of passed for them. They're just going to have to go back. With counter sacks, you really have to just go as soon as the enemy team sacks in the first place. So now GlobalClan still going to be on their last. They got 100%. Shamu is up on spy, maybe just trying to see if there's any off-class coming out from GlobalClan Ice, and he might commit to it. There's no one on GlobalClan Ice who is on an off-class, and with only a 3 minutes still left in the round timer before a round reset, they do have time to try and go for some type of off-class if they want to, but it seems like they're just happy to maybe try and send in Quacks. If they go to spam the sentry gun, a little bit of a scuffle over and lower as well. Paw Dog up in Grape Juice's business, but for the moment, it's just going to be standard sixes from GCI.
Yeah, they're trying to spam the gun down, but I don't think Pablo knows exactly where the banning spot is. So Grape Juice going for the spam, shoots a gun that is not in that spot. But the gun is doing a really good job denying Grape Juice in through that top right door. And that's just going to be a one-man, and not much GlobalClan proper can do from that. And we are coming in with a pause already, which could mean two things. Someone is taking a tack pause, usually if they lost a round or something really bad happened, or someone has lagged out or something bad, which we would have a technical pause for. So let's hopefully it's nothing too bad and we don't have to wait a couple hours, but hope it's a quick one.
Yeah, hopefully it is a quick one, but Global Clan definitely on the ropes a little bit, not how we expected it to be. But I guess in this pause, whoever did go for it, I want to get your input, Marmalou. What do you think is going wrong for Global Clan? Obviously the mids, and if you're having bad mids or not productive mids, it can be just so hard to get yourself back into the game. But aside from that, we've seen a bit of team fights from Global Clan. We've seen some opportunities for them to get some ground, to get some space where they do have an uber advantage, but seems like GCI have been able to kind of thwart them at every turn. What is it that's been kind of going wrong for them? Or what is it that GCI is doing right?
Yeah, it really just comes down to the mids and those kind of blunder plays. Two drops and losing both mids is really
Mission
hard to
ends
come
in
back
60
with.
seconds.
And it's just really, really bad fights. GC's just on the back foot the entire time. And it's really tough to come back in unless someone's making a play or someone on GCI kind of blunders. And they're not really executing that well. Like Sin Karma gets picked, they try and push out, and it all falls apart. They get forced, and now they're on last again. If I am Global Clan, you need to focus on kind of locking down on last and kind of resetting to mid and really focusing up on how can we win mids, because if you win mids, you win games.
We're gonna have to see if they can hear your advice somehow through, the internet, and maybe just get onto that and try and work on their mids to help them get into it. They're two down at the moment. Shamu up on Spy, still checking it for the meantime, but there are no off classes still for GCI. As we did have word, it was a little bit of a technical issue on the side of Global Clan Ice. So I think they have gotten that all fixed up and squared away. So it's not anything too disastrous, as a medic DCing is now still going to be on GCI to try and pressure and take down the sentry gun. Paniferous looking over towards Saw. We do have a Paul Dog very aggressive over towards lower. He takes down a lot of damage, but it's going to be Shamu up on the sniper. Gets a nice headshot or body shot onto Yum Yum.
Yeah, and Hannah taking a lot of damage leading, and they're going to lose 3 players on this push out, and it should be entirely free for the side. Global Clan here. But one little interesting thing, Penny is now on the stock pipes. So lock and load, which I think very quickly lock and load has come into prominence, and everyone has been using it. And we're back into kind of a standard situation here. Except Yum Yum is on Sniper, already in that kitchen angle, waiting for a peek through that little crack in the fence.
Don't know if they've spotted him. They might have, because they have a soldier trying to spam him over towards kitchen. He does take a bit of damage, having to back up, and that is where the pause happens. So now we are back to nice live TF2. And Yum Yum still going to be up on that sniper, trying to look through window, see if anyone stands on that little ledge there, maybe goes all the way back to bats, and he's going to be able to get a nice cheeky shot. Walking forward, no one really in line of sight except for a scout. It is going to be Shamu. He takes the body shot, able to stay alive, however, due to the overheal, as Paul Dog getting in position to maybe try and shut down that window if someone peeks it, or if he peeks very aggressively through lower, standing on that awning. But now for the moment, Global Clan, they just have to play very, very, both defensively but also proactively, because you cannot let Yum Yum keep on taking shots.
Yeah, Paul Dog's still above this door. They don't see him. Paul Dog's in on Penny, gets a lot of damage, and they get the cleanup kill on the Penny, and maybe gonna get Quacks as well. And getting those 2 players down is super big, especially with Yum Yum on Sniper. That is 1 less player in this actual kind of deathmatch fight. It's gonna be on Yum Yum and have a lot of pressure to hit a headshot in order to turn this. But great job from Loaf going behind, pulling everyone back. Even though he dies, the entirety of Global Clan Ice has evacuated mid. But this is all on Sin Karma. He is the only projectile to deny. He's really doing a great job sticking up that lower door. But Grape Juice getting behind.
Yeah, Grape Juice getting in behind, and now we are going to see an Uber come out onto the point. Shamu is going to be leading it. They haven't used
Oh,
on the
no.
side of GlobalClan Ice. Now Hannah finally does, and it's looking a lot better. Sin Karma is going to go down. Everyone on GlobalClan trying to back out through lower, but they have to watch out behind. There is a soldier in behind. It is going to be Grape Juice. He does go down, but he draws everyone back. Paul Dog over on the awning once again hits some nice damage, but Scratch going to be able to stay alive there. GCI being able to take mid. Panifris super weak and lower as well. All of these GCI players just barely able to stay alive from the damage that the soldiers have been putting out on them. But at the end of the day, a much better Uber for GCI, able to retake middle, as once again, Ubers are going to be even. Yum Yum still up on the sniper, trying to collect some heads.
Yeah, this is basically like the config never changed. We have 10-minute round timers because we're in the same situation. Yum Yum's already on sniper, and I don't think Yum Yum has hit a shot yet, which hopefully that will change. Otherwise, this will be a very slow 3 minutes upcoming. They're kind of working towards Saw. A lot of the time so far, GlobalClan proper has been pushing Saw as soon as their lower is pressured. And I think they know that, and they're kind of trying to look forward, bait someone out on this angle. Preferably Sin Karma, I think they're going to try and bait out here.
Yeah, they might try and bait out Sin Karma. They've had success getting onto Sin Karma in the past. It was kind of a double soldier bomb from Grape Juice and Quacks that was able to do that one. As we do see Yum Yum peeking very aggressively through lower. We have the soldier bombs of Loaf trying to bomb in, try and shut down that spam angle for him, as everyone on GCI kind of rotating around. Loaf trying to push Facade a little bit, is going to be able to take down Grape Juice with the help. Oh! Very aggressively, the Uber does have to use really great heads-up play from Quacks coming in there, is going to be able to get the Uber out. And now Hannah, once again, has 100%. She's backed up all the way to her own Saw, as a GlobalClan proper are going to be trying to get in, maybe get a little bit of cap time onto the point, maybe try and pressure GCI into coming in aggressively, and they are going to do so. Bombing in Panifris, super deep. Scratch is going to be able to take down Pablo in that kitchen area. Oh
no. I was going to say that Uber was a little too fast. There was only 3 people, but they absolutely crunched the entirety of GlobalClan. And now they're going to be on the other team's last. They can maybe send a sack or just push. They're down 2 projectiles. And the entirety of GlobalClan Ice is through the doors and already making all that pressure. Now they're already on the cap with stickies on it. And this is not looking great. GlobalClan Ice up 3-0. I don't think anyone could have told me this before this game happened.
No, I wouldn't think so either. And there's still 12 minutes left before continuous overtime, so it's been a fairly well-paced match. And we were talking about it earlier. This is such an important game for both of these teams, as you were saying, because they're kind of competing for the same spot. You know, they both want to get to LAN, and taking down each other is going to be one of their best ways of doing so, versus maybe getting an upset on one of the top 3. And we have to see if GlobalClan can maybe adapt, as we do see Paul Dog go in for a nice big fade bomb. Now it is going to be Grape Juice doing the exact same thing, playing a lot more aggressive, but still trying to keep everyone alive. Quacks is going to be able to get in through kitchen, so he might work for a wraparound play. Loaf, very aggressive across the point, going to be able to take down Panifris. Quacks coming in, is going to get shot down, however, has been found out. And now for the first time, I think, in this entire game, Marmaloo, GC, GlobalClan proper, have been able to win a mid.
They played it nice and slow, and the health was so much better on the side of GlobalClan, and just a lot of good spam coming out from the soldiers and Sin Karma winning this mid, and they're already transitioning right away into kind of spamming a gun down and getting a sack, and with Quacks down especially, Loaf is already in position, bombing in onto Hannah. On the Penny, gets the force out. They're going to end up sacking 3, including Sin Karma, and this is very hard to hold, and Pablo kind of wants to stand his ground a little bit, and this Uber is... Oh, Hannah's actually really close, but I think the juggles are coming in. Oh my gosh, this is terrible.
That is... Dank is going to die over in lower. That was just a world of hurt for GlobalClan. Like you said, they were in the very hard position of trying to hold on to second with only a scout and a soldier. And then they just used in one of the most awkward positions I think they possibly could have. They did have the opportunity to get onto Hannah, but I think it was only one of the scouts rushing forward, allowing GCI to stay in, recollapse, and now they're going to be able to push in onto mid. Shamu a little bit too close. Loaf bombs in, does a lot of damage, but no one is there to kind of clean up on all those weak players. Panifris does go down, so that's going to be a dead demo for GCI, but they've basically already gotten mid. Seems like Pablo's staying in a little bit too long. Is going to be able to back out, and once again, GlobalClan Ice have been able to get from their last onto mid, and they still have Uber advantage.
Yeah, I don't know if Dank was just hearing voices talking to him, but the Uber was popped when everybody was full HP. Uber coming out from GCI, not risking anything. They're gonna catch a soldier and cheese. Should be able to get Paul Dog down with no trade. On the other side, never mind. Grape Juice going for a play, getting picked off, but they do trade for one, and GlobalClan immediately shoving through bats and taking all this ground. And I don't think GlobalClan Ice was expecting it. Quacks is behind, but is found very quickly. Killed. Never mind, gets a trade somehow. Shamu down.
That is really huge from Quacks, because now if GlobalClan want to try and pressure into mid, it's going to be a little bit more risky for them. It was a 1-for-1, so at least it is going to be even players, but it seems like they're hesitating a little bit. Now going to be making their way into Saw, going to be trying to bomb out through it as they are. Sin Karma jumping forward, going to be trying to catch all these players over by Kitchen, but instead Sin Karma gets caught instead, but Uber being disconnected from him at the worst possible time, and now GCI are going to be the ones re-pushing in. Paul Dog going to be taken down. Same thing for Shamu. We already have Yum Yum all the way on the second point for some reason, getting 2, as we do see the last 2 players left alive once again for GlobalClan. Pablo and Dank backing up to last, and I think we've seen this one before, Marmaloo.
Big push, flank push from Grape Juice and Yum Yum, winning on both sides of the map. The Uber in and the flank. Sin Karma just gets absolutely destroyed, and it's 4-0. If they get the sweep, this is huge leading into the next matches, and that really puts the pressure onto GlobalClan. And I'm very curious to see if they can repeat that mid and not blunder the situation as bad as they did previously.
Yeah, they did find themselves in a good position based off of that mid, but once again, Chisei were able to come back, but GlobalClan, potentially their last opportunity to try and get back into this game, get around onto the board as we go live with what could be the last mid. We are going to see Paul Dog bomb very aggressively, get some damage onto Scratch, but Grape Juice bombs in, gets some nice rockets onto Dank. Dank surfs, but he isn't able to stay alive. Quacks takes him down, following up on his soldier's damage. Just chaos on that side of the map. Hannah able to stay alive, has backed up already all the way to Bats, building up with Scratch as GlobalClan, sure, they were able to win the mid, but they're at risk again of this incoming GlobalClan Ice Uber.
Grape Juice throwing up the lob, and Quack slamming it down, getting a med pick. Full Uber ad coming into mid. And this is, if GlobalClan is not active in this, it is going to feel so helpless. They need to go for a flank play. They need to go for something. GCI has just been in control of the game the entire time. Walking through the trap and lower. Great job from Scratch spawning it. They're getting in. A lot of span coming in. Soldier and Kitchen, they get forced out. They're maybe going to get a pick. Sin Karma and Paul Dog are behind.
When you said go for a flank play, I don't think you expected it to be the Pocket Soldier and the Demo Man, but
you know, he's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of heart. You got to give it to him. He lost the 1v1 to the scout in the box, which is unfortunate. But big 50 ad on the side of GlobalClan. Are they going to push out? In this situation, I think you're doubting everything. And if there's one player I know who will take an Uber no matter the situation, that player is Shamu, and it looks like he wants that Uber in. They're walking towards Bats, clearing the stickies, kind of peeking that cheese door, getting in the flank, coming in, doing a lot of damage, and they're taking so much damage, getting Quacks down for free, though.
Yeah, Grape Juice might also fall as well. He tried to go for something in lower. Loaf, unfortunate to die there from the stickies of a Peniferous, but still, that was a fairly good push out from GlobalClan proper, all things considered. Sure, they did lose one, but they were able to get out. They didn't have to use Uber. Seems like they want to try and pressure just a little bit. Sin Karma very disconnected from the rest of the combo. Might get punished because of it. It is going to be able to do so. Yum Yum takes him down. They did get the force, however, from Hannah. Dank able to stay alive, so not all bad, but we do see a very aggressive bomb coming in from Quacks. He's going to be able to take him down, and seems like things finally going GlobalClan's way. They're able to get in onto mid. They didn't have to use Uber there, and they have the opportunity of going further, going the distance with this if they play their cards right.
If GlobalClan is going to come back from this, Sin Karma needs to step up. He is getting picked time after time after time, but GlobalClan playing it so slowly and methodically, taking every advantage, not losing anything to the sniper and forwards. Dank swings through, but they have 2 players in forward, Soldier and Sniper, just trying to make something happen, and they are both gone. Gun being built up, 30 ad on the side of GlobalClan. I'm really interested to see if they actually want to take this, but Shamu getting killed with the trap is going to seal the deal. No push. On that note, let's see what comma and what number Shamu will click here, because I don't think he's coming back on scout. Sniper spy, what are we thinking?
Ooh, I'm gonna say sniper, all things considered. As no, okay, he comes back up on scout. I guess
He's
he's
standing.
just
He's
decided.
taking his time. Okay, I'm surprised. Shamu is
Yeah.
definitely a player who likes to take the game into his own hands. Grapejuice just checking the off classes, can't believe it himself. He is still checking. Paul Dog going for the gun and gets killed. And Snakewater, for those who do not know, is kind of one of the most oppressive maps for a lot of these stalemates. And I remember TC talking about, mid to second, I forget what point you said, but you can replace that with any single stalemate on this map, and it is painful. And they actually send 3 players in really from the side of GlobalClan, and GCI's in
Oh,
all the way, getting
Quacks?
damage on a Dang. Great
Ooh.
surf all the way out of there. Bulldog's
That
behind.
was that was so dangerous, but Hannah, yeah, does get forced there. And so what was looking like maybe a little bit dangerous for GlobalClan has been able to be turned into an opportunity for them. Maybe an opportunity to get their first round on the board. Shamu gonna be leading it in through Shutter. Doesn't have to use just quite yet. Now they finally do. Gonna be able to take down Scratch. Sentry Gun taken down as well. They're chasing these soldiers back into the spawn, not able to get them. But now they get a bit of time onto the point. Quack's gonna die for it. Yum Yum gonna die to it. Everyone on GCI seeming like they're falling. And that is gonna be the first round for GlobalClan. A much needed round considering they are still down 4-1. But an opportunity maybe a shift in momentum for the squad.
Paul Dog with a big play there to really save them and kind of breathe life back into them. And if you're GlobalClan Ice, you cannot win off of time anymore. They need to execute one round. It doesn't matter if it's in 1 minute, if it's in 50 minutes. They need to win a round. GlobalClan needs to get five straight to win this game. And I'm really curious to see, is GlobalClan Ice going to play it slow? But GlobalClan with a big bomb coming in for Paul Dog and Loaf getting in onto Hannah. Paul Dog in. It's chaos everywhere. And
Oh,
Hannah's
it is
gonna
chaos.
dive behind. Hannah barely lives. And it is a 4v2. Dank needs to get out, and he separates from the scout. That's just going to make him that little bit slower. A lot of damage coming in, and Dank is trying to leave so quickly. Yum Yum ignoring the scout, trying to shoot the med, and here comes Quacks. Into Shamu, almost just absolutely destroying Hannah somehow.
That was just so unfortunate.
This is probably worst case scenario. And this is going to require a huge play or a very good hold on the side of GlobalClan because they have 0% Uber, nothing to work with here besides just a normal Uber disad last hold, which is one of the most important parts of the game. If they can have it, they'll be in a good spot, but this is really hard to come back from.
It is indeed very hard. Seems like they've got Shamu up on the Pyro to try and block them if they come in through that shutter door there. Also got the sentry gun in a very kind of unique position. Maybe might catch out someone on GCI if they expected in the Banny spotter over by one of the spawn doors. They are going to be coming in. Sentry gun not been taken down just quite yet. Now is going to be able to do so. So not that much of a hindrance for GCI. They're making their way in. No kills just quite yet. They do get a little bit of cap time. Scratch can be the first one to die. Hannah also going to die. The flank coming in from Paul Dog and Pablo just making wonders for the squad as now Grape Juice and Yum Yum, the last two alive. Yum Yum in a 1v1 with a Pablo. Pablo going to be able to win that. Grape Juice also dying to the pipes of Sin, Karma, and a much needed, well-defended last point for GlobalClan. They only lost one, keeping Dank alive and maybe giving themselves a bit more momentum, a bit more breathing room in this game.
Honestly, beautiful last hold on the side of GC. And getting a last hold that dominant completely flips the game around. They were on their at last with Uber Disad. Now they're on mid with Uber Disad, an opportunity to take second, but Yum Yum is on Sniper. I don't know if they know yet. Yum Yum about to peek that kind of cheese angle. No one on GlobalClan Ice is really even into to do anything. And there goes Scratch, the only scout. Big headshot coming from Shamu, which is going to kind of slow the aggression a little bit and give Hannah a chance to get Uber and kind of stabilize. Back to a last hold again, it looks like.
Yeah, it seems like they're going for it. They're going to be using it very aggressively. Hannah doesn't have just quite yet. Is going to be locked over in spawn. They can't keep the point because they didn't have second. Now they finally do, but the Uber comes out from Global Ice. Quacks is going to go down. No one on GlobalClan proper falling as they say that too. Immediately fall. Pablo trying to live, dodging around in lobby is going to be able to make it out. So 2 dead on the side of GlobalClan. Very important too as well. Loaf and Sin Karma, meaning there's going to be so much less projectile spam to try and hold these doorways. Immediately immediately. Scratch gets out through bats. Benifra's going to be able to take down Dog. Seems like GCI just running
Oh
forward.
no.
Oh, dang. Going to be caught yet again. Shamu, the last one to fall. And it just seems like anytime it's going okay for GlobalClan, they've got things going their way immediately. GCI are able to respond, but
Loaf
we did.
back
Oh,
on that cat angle. Sin Karma with the classic Sin Karma, just a random trap kill. Sniper's up. I think they spotted it. And I really don't like using the same angle here from Loaf, but they're going to be able to get that soldier pick. We'll give them a little space. I really wish Loaf stayed on the sniper here, but now switching back onto that soldier. But most likely GCI is going to just pop through this door anyways. And it's all on Dank and Sin Karma to really get out and give themselves a chance to kind of re-push off of this Uber and leapfrog.
yeah, as they do exactly that. They come in, they're going in through bridge to try and see if they can capture one. They might on Sin Karma. He's a little bit disconnected. He does get one for his troubles, and he's managing to stay alive. That is a miracle for the GlobalClan squad because he was definitely caught out. Now they're going to be able to re-push in. We do have a soldier in behind. It is going to be Quax. He does a lot of damage, but no one falling on that push from GlobalClan. Maybe I spoke too soon. We do see aggressive bomb from Grape Juice, but Dang going to be able to surf to safety. And the fact that Sin Karma not only stayed alive, but was able to take down Scratch is a nothing short of a miracle.
Some choice words and that sticks on the point, and he just got. Oh my gosh, he had sticks. I think like an ammo pack had killed Quacks with that. But some choice words coming out on the side of Scratch after. Honestly, that's what I'm feeling too. 3 people on GlobalClan behind the Uber. Sin Karma, one of them, gets the scout kill and lives, which is criminal and insane. Once again, a really small Uber ad. And are they going to go off the 20%, 15% Uber ad?
Let's
They
go.
get in. This demo bomb is atrocious. He's walking into a sticky trap. He gets killed. And they're going to get
Dank,
down
yeah,
too, but
Dank goes down over by lower. Benifra is doing a lot of work.
gun
Still,
putting in work.
Oh my
Uncle
God.
Dane.
The Uncle Dane sentry gun working wonders right now. There's only going to be 2 left alive, and they're both extremely weak. Hannah going to be able to take down one. Shamu going to be able to take out Pernifrous. He gets onto the point. Hannah have to do everything to try and defend it, and it does so enough to block 4 her soldiers. Grape Juice and Quacks bombing for that one, and a really great play from Shamu. Almost got it there, but is able to just delay a little bit for the respawners. But, very good hold from GCI.
Sin Karma has the traps up, almost gets Grape Juice the trap. Grape Juice commits, not expecting his health to be so low, and he falls immediately. Loaf coming in, getting a lot of damage, but on the side, Quacks trying to salvage, gets some damage on the med demo, but not enough. Hannah going down there. It is going to be very hard for them to hold. It's going to be all on Penny choosing the correct door to stuff. I do not like this play from Scratch. It's all on Penny. The trap gets
Oh
2.
my God.
Oh, and
That-
it comes up
They're still
massive.
going with this. This is okay. Shamu is going to back up. They think better of it. That was massive from Penny right there. Completely stuffed GlobalClan proper, but they're not out of the woods at all because Dank was fortunate enough to not instantly commit with the rest of his team, able to stay alive there, and they're still going to have 100% Uber advantage to come in. Hannah, around about 20%. Dog
Yeah,
just going to be trying to peek things out.
It's funny. That massive play happens and they go from, oh, we're getting pushed on last with 2 players to, oh, we only have to defend a 50% Uber disad. So, did all that work for absolutely nothing.
Oh, Sin
Sin
Karma.
Karma really weak right away. Gonna get some cap time. Shamu gets killed by the
Oh.
trap up point. This is unreal. Dank is getting caught. Just gets out very barely. And they're gonna lose Penny, but take 2 for that and have Uber ad. With Penny being down, this is... Oh, pause. I just thought I was slowing down in time.
No, you are not. You're still with us, Marmalou. But interesting that this is a pause because at the minimum, all we can get from this is that GlobalClan don't lose in the next 90 seconds. That is the only thing that tells us. So they still have a little bit of fight in them left. But even though they've been kind of having some wacky team fights all over the map, they've been having some very interesting kind of last pushes. Sin Karma getting still a bit disconnected from the core of a Shamu and Dank. What do you think has been, their change that has allowed them to at least get this first round on the board and a good couple of opportunities to get a second? They're not winning dominantly at all or even looking like they're the dominant team, but they have been stepping up from what we've seen in the first half.
Yeah, and it's how GlobalClan is doing this is so chaotic, and that might just be their thing. But Somehow Sin Karma is doing the most alien moves I've ever seen and making it work now. First half of the game, horrendous, I'll say frankly. But now he's putting together some weird plays and it's really working out. And I think GCI may be getting a little nervous now,
Yeah,
especially in
they
this situation. They were up 4-0 and they're probably laughing, having a good time. They lose the round. Now they're on their own last. And pushing out here is still going to be really sketchy. They have a one-player advantage, and the spawners from GlobalClan are coming in. I don't know if they're gonna take it. I feel like they might get in their own heads. I think there's about a minute 50 left on the round clock. They may opt for a round reset if they're really not feeling it.
Yeah, they definitely could because, like you said, the respawners from Global Clan are soon to be with the rest of the squad, and Shamu or Pauldog could either try and go onto an off class like a sniper or even a spy and go for that off class if a Global Clan ISA aren't diligent enough in checking all of those corners and leaving someone out on that last point to make sure no one is able to go for that back cap. So definitely a very tricky position and like
Okay.
you said, they're up 4-1 at the moment. They might think, better not to just, take any risks. We can play safe, but it seems like they are going to keep on going for it. They do bomb in through bats, making some space. Loaf is in behind, trying to go for that back up. He gets on the point. It's going to be up to the Paniferous to try and block the point. It is going to be a 1-for-1 battle, but they
Hey!
trade. Very huge from Paniferous. However, on the other side of things, Hannah does use her own Uber, not really getting anyone at all on Global Clan. Oh my god, and Hannah is going to go down. Shamu just running forward. We do have Yum Yum. He's the last one up on Global Clan Ice. He's still alive in the backlines, but being back in this situation is not going to be helpful for the team. Now the respawn is coming up from Global Clan Ice proper. Still Hannah not alive. Dank doesn't have Uber just quite yet, and they are going to try and muscle their way in onto last. If they lose one here, it could be tragedy for Global Clan as Shamu does go down to the pipes of Paniferous. Really great going back onto that lock and load as a seems like Dank does have Uber and they still want to go with it. Are they going to wait for their spawner? Seems like they're waiting just a little bit, get everything in order, settle down in the chaos. They do have a lot of time. Hannah only at 35. They're in. They're immediately in.
There's no gun to be killed yet. They're getting 0 cap time, and they're going to get it 2 players, it looks like here. Scratch and Quacks, 2 players on the side of GCI behind. Big arrow coming in on Pauldog.
Pauldog
gets 2 off of that. And this is so good. There's no Uber anytime soon, and the crunch comes in from the side of Global Clan. And that Uber, well, that was attack pause from the side of Global Clan Ice now that we know, but that Uber from that whole situation from GCI went so poorly. They salvaged the round, but Hannah pushes forward to chase the players with the Uber, and both scouts run backwards. So Hannah is trying to Uber the other team and gets caught. They get fully wiped. And I think a lot of times, unless you have a lot of experience in these situations, the nerves may get to some of these players on GCI. You do not want to be the team that got reverse swept, especially in such an important match.
Indeed, as we do see the big bomb coming in from Loaf and Pauldog. They do a lot of damage, but have they found any kills? They do find one onto Hannah, and that was the one that they were looking for. Sin Karma with some knife pipes as well, and now they have to play defend Mr. President, keep Dank alive at all costs, and to do so, they are going to back out on to their second, recognizing that is the best play, the safest play for them for the moment. Now they are going to have Uber advantage, heal advantage, and they immediately seems like they want to try and push back in before waiting for their respawners. They are going to come in. The respawners for Global Clan Ice are going to be a little bit quicker considering that they did get control of the midpoint, but GCI not really in any position to try and go for any type of sack. They're immediately backing out onto second, maybe trying to get some defenses set up there, and we're seeing maybe a momentum shift. Global Clan seeming like they're finally getting into this game.
Shamu, one of the few players to actually come back and reverse sweep, and the composure coming out, just taking it nice and slow, doing what they need to do. They get one player with a super, not overextending, and they're just playing so clean now, just in control of the situation, not letting anything come out of hand. Pauldog going for a play, doesn't quite work, but he's been coming up big, so I think that is a worthy risk. But coming up, about 50-60% out on the side of GCI. Are they going to push out? Again, it's not been looking great.
It hasn't been looking great. Yum Yum gonna be peeking lower, takes so much damage. He's gonna have to immediately back up, but that's not gonna stop the core combo of GCI as they pop in immediately, trying to get onto Sin Karma, trying to stay alive. Oh my, Beniferous jumps so deep to get onto them. Loaf gonna go down as well, and that is gonna be two very, very good picks from GlobalClan Ice. If you are gonna pop out and get 2 picks, those are really great 2 picks to do so. Now, we are gonna see them try and pressure their way in onto middle. Loaf is gonna back up, Paul Dog as well, trying to stay alive. Dank maybe at risk, and they are gonna pop. Grape Juice is gonna go down, and Yum Yum might fall as well over in Kitchen, and they do get a lot of... Oh, Sin Karma is gonna go down. He does get traded out. But a little bit better from GlobalClan. They do have the player advantage. Gonna be trying to muscle their way in. Paniferous might be caught on the bridge. Instead, it's gonna be Paul Dog who goes down, but Shamu, he works his way in through Cheese. Now he's on the medic. Can he hit his shots? He is gonna be able to. And Shamu coming back in, super clutch for the squad. And GlobalClan feeling revitalized. They're already in on last. This might be a mistake. If Dank dies, no, Dank is gonna be able to stay alive. They're walking in. They're just taking down all of these respawners one by one by one. Grape Juice trying to do everything. And it is 4-3, Marmaloo.
Penny, as much praise as we give Penny, Penny absolutely costing that round. Overextended on that. Scratch comes out to help, and it ends up getting everyone caught on that. Now this is a really hard situation. A lot of typing coming in from a couple players on both teams come in, and this game now has more stakes. Those pugs later are going to be very interesting depending on who wins this game. A lot of shit talk coming both directions.
Oh, 100%, and it's all going to be helped decided by this mid. The previous ones going GlobalClan Ice's way, the latter ones are going GlobalClan Proper's way, partially because of the very aggressive Soldier Bomb from Paul Dog and Loaf, but this time they're playing it slow like they did previously. Now we are going to see Paul Dog, he goes for a fade, Quacks takes the enemy team's Kitchen, maybe trying to wrap around. He has been spotted out, but Loaf going for an aggressive bomb. Oh, he's going to be taken down. Oh, Paul Dog is going to be able to get onto a Quack, so 2 soldiers down. Sin Karma going to be taken down as well. Grape Juice in behind, does so much damage. Dank is barely alive. He had to use Uber. Now a counter Uber coming out from Hannah and Co. Looking a lot better from GCI, one of their previous mids. Oh my, Pablo. That is going to be a 1 mid for GlobalClan Ice.
Penny on a randomizer? This is the 3rd pipe launcher Penny has been on. If Penny spawns on booties, I'm convinced. Oh, big bomb coming in from Loaf with the distraction.
Oh my.
2 rocket down. They're gonna get Penny, but Penny gets Shamu as a trade. Kind of evening it out. They're still down a player. There's gonna be a lot on if Quacks and Grape Juice can kind of isolate the door that they're gonna go and really do a good job pressuring out. Sin Karma absolutely disconnected from the combo, and it looks Paul Dog gets through. Grape Juice spotted very late. He's gonna be behind Loaf trying to make a play, gets killed. Now Grape Juice behind with the Pain Train back capping, and it's going to halt all aggression on the side of GlobalClan.
Yeah, it is. Grape Juice having to deal a little bit with Shamu, who's also in the back lines, but on the other side of things, Paul Dog gets a little bit too aggressive over on mid, so it's seeming like a really good opportunity for GlobalClan Ice. They do have a player in behind, causing a lot of chaos, drawing so many people back. He is hiding under the bridge, and he is going to be taken down. But he is a little troll, but he's bought so much space for his team. GlobalClan proper had to basically give up second, trying to chase him. Now they want to try and refight it just a little bit.
Uber's behind.
Oh, Shamu isn't behind. He is going to draw a few eyes, maybe opening up for one of his players to get in. He's still going to be in behind. The attention divided right now for GlobalClan Ice as Grape Juice going down. Shamu able to take down that respawner. Now just securing his team more player advantage. Loaf gets in, goes in through Africa. Now for a bomb. Oh my, that's so unfortunate. He just finds Scratch almost immediately. Shamu coming down, trying to help, but another soldier going down on GlobalClan Ice. Now GlobalClan proper getting in. Paul Dog making space, taking down so low, trying to bomb, stay alive, and it seems like GlobalClan proper muscling their way in. Shamu finally going to die in the backlines. GlobalClan Ice now finally revitalized, wants to try and get back in. They're taking the space, so much damage on GlobalClan proper. They're barely able to stay alive as they make their way back into last. Yum Yum already pressuring through lower, is going to get backed out, but that allows GCI to try and muscle their way in through the left side. Pablo going to be taken down. GCI bombing aggressively. Quacks goes in. Can he get on the tank? He uses anyway, and now it's just going to be, can everyone on GCI escape? Hannah might be disconnected. is going to have to use dropping a few players. Scratch is going to go down. Dank trying to surf to stay alive is going to be able to do so for the meantime. And now GCI seeming like Hannah in the same place that Grape Juice was is going to die down there. But Grape Juice has decided to come up on Spy.
Why did they commit? That was the easiest force and lead.
Grape Juice? Grape Juice? Grape Juice?
And Karma is on top of it. No way.
Oh?
No way.
No.
Get the pistol. Oh, there's no one to block. I don't think he gets the kill. Hit him with the top. But Hannah with an absolute blunder there. I think the nerves are really getting to the GCI squad. They commit on that and just absolutely waste the Uber and get wiped in return. And now that they know Grape Juice is on Spy and he's stuck behind, they're down a soldier. This is a really good opportunity for GlobalClan to push as long as no one gets backstabbed. This is perfect.
Sid Karma is... Oh my god, there was an opportunity for Grape Juice to get it back.
No way he gets it.
He still gets him. That's no. Oh, they're going to be down a demo. So the Uber advantage that GlobalClan proper had is instantly nullified due to that play from Grape Juice. Probably the best thing he could have done in that situation, giving his team a bit of breathing room, as now it's going to be probably a mid to second stalemate. But Quacks getting aggressive. Inside Paul is hidden, not found out just quite yet. No one dies to that hiding play.
Okay, he's switched up. But as a proud juicer, you know, that's my goat. That's my goat. Pablo on sniper now, and we have not seen this all game, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring to the field. The first shot, the most important. Does he convert into anything?
There's a few stationary players up there for him to try and get an angle on. I think Pablo is a Highlander sniper. I could be wrong. I know he does have a lot of experience in Highlander, at least playing against snipers, maybe a sniper himself. He's trying to look for some type of angle over towards Saw, maybe try and get a little cheeky body shot onto one of the soldiers up on the pipe, but just going to be rotating around, trying to keep GCI on their toes, as we are in a little bit of a slower paced scenario right now, which might help GCI kind of get their heads back into it, because like you said, they were kind of snowballing a defeat a little bit, but now a Loaf trying to bomb in through Saw is going to be counterbombed from Quacks. He does a lot of damage, but no one falling on either side. Grape Juice over and lower, maybe trying to go for some type of wraparound play, but he is going to get spotted, so he does decide to back up instead.
Yeah, and they're taking their good old time. Pablo not even really going for a shot, just trying to see if any free shots come in. Realizes we're going to have to make something happen. Decent sight line, but not converting it. And it looks like all of GC is going to have to back up, reset, and there goes 2 minutes of the clock down. And if anything, I'm on the side of GC. Resetting to mid is honestly not the worst situation. They've done a great job converting those kind of mid fights now in the second part of the game. But Pablo maybe spawning up on sniper again. They get two off of it. Pablo switches right back to scout, and now they're going to be able to take the scenario. Karma at 2 HP, but a 4v5 even Uber. Bulldog just jumps in solo and gets a force for free.
Whoa.
And that is
And they're
massive.
just leaving. Yeah, they are just out immediately. GlobalClan Eyes kind of recognizing the situation. They do have Yum Yum up on Sniper, so maybe if he gets in position in time, he might have an opportunity to get a headshot off onto Dank and nullify this Uber advantage, because they haven't used just quite yet. They have spotted him. Dank trying to play around this little shack to try and stay alive. Now Yum Yum is going to back up, so this is, once again, going to be Uber advantage, an opportunity for them to tie it up. They have been down this entire game, but now they might at least be level with the enemy team. Bombing in super deep. It is going to be Sin Karma now into the heavy, but they have so much time onto the point. The soldiers bomb onto it, deleting Shamu. Now Loaf up high in the sky, and it seems like it is a one last point for the side of GlobalClan Ice defending. It was looking sketchy there. They had so much time onto the point, but the soldiers coming in clutch, recognizing the objective, and that is going to be GCI now with an opportunity to maybe close things out.
Moves on Spy, but that was a crazy sequence. He's also, I think, on the stock watch. I hate this thing so much. He's about to decloak in front of 4 people. He just no. Can someone tell me why? Why are we doing this? There's huge ad, a player down. They know there's no Spy, 100% now, and they're gonna be able to take this point.
Yeah, but Sin Karma is going to go down. A demo for a soldier. You'll take that trade any day of the week, as now they can just walk through all of these choke points. Shamu is up on the heavy, and they're probably not expecting that, but they're probably expecting some type of Oculus. He has made his presence known. Loaf bombing in behind is going to be able to get on Quacks. Might have an opportunity to get onto Hannah. Hannah does have to use disconnected from everyone around her, as now Dank going to be able to stay alive. GCI, they want to try and come back in, but they think better of it. Scratch going to be able to back up, and maybe that heavy working out enough as a distraction, but GlobalClan, they have uber advantage as they try and work their way into the lobby. Saw, and now on the mid.
They're about to pop around this corner, but huge play from Loaf really coming up at this end. And he's talking trash while respawning. They're gonna uber in. Hannah barely getting out with Penny. They're gonna get a scout down, but that's about it. And 50% ad on the side of GCI. It's gonna give enough time for GlobalClan to really reset, take mid, give themselves a time to set up.
Yeah,
it's getting crazy in chat.
It is. You know, I wonder if it's a brotherly rivalry between these two GlobalClan squads, or maybe they're just vying for the attention of the GlobalClan leader supreme, as they are both trying to fight here to get into playoffs, get onto LAN. It's only going to be the top 4 teams, and a win here for either of them would help them dramatically, as we do see GCI, they pop in, they might get one, they only get one. Once again, only going to be a scout going down, as we are in a leapfrog scenario for the moment. Neither medic dying in these last 2 uber pops, and GlobalClan have an opportunity to come right back in if they so choose.
Yeah, and it's just been a crazy leapfrog, back and forth, but 60% ad on the side of GlobalClan. They're going to come through catwalk, get in free. Grape Juice is in kitchen hiding, and Sin Karma is just standing out here. The flank push comes in. They get a trade, and Yum Yum is also going behind. No one went lower. Yum Yum is going to have the opportunity to back cap. No, he doesn't really have time to back cap, so he's going for a 1v1 behind his thing. Add up to Snakewater second or Saw. I don't know what he's doing. But he's
staying alive for so long.
Doing a great job stalling. And now it's going to buy a lot of time for them to get Uber. And he's going to get back with his team and get the force out.
That is so huge from Yum Yum, staying alive, and now he's going to be able to help as the Uber does come out from GlobalClan Ice. Hannah trying to lead the charge. Shamu going to be able to just barely stay alive. Loaf going to be able to take down Peniferous. Seems like GlobalClan want to stay in a little, but maybe they shouldn't, as they're losing 2. Hannah might be disconnected now. We have a huge bomb coming in from Paul Dog. He's not able to find anything, but a lot of damage. Shamu going to be able to clean up on that damage, taking down Hannah with the pistol. Scratch able to respond in turn, but not before his medic dies in front of his eyes, and Dank going to be able to stay alive, not dead yet, as they backing up so far, not able to get the respawner, so they're gonna have to go back to last, meet up with them there, allowing GCI to take a little bit of presence on second. But oh my god, Sin Karma's already in, and he gets deleted.
Oh, the big rocket's coming out. But what is happening? They trade 3 for 2, which I guess you like, but Sin Karma just getting abused life after life, and he is probably just no expression, just sitting there in his chair waiting for next life.
You know, and that might be the mentality you need to have. You know, you can't let it get to you in the match, because GlobalClan, they have improved since the beginning. They were down 4, they're now 4-3. They're still down a couple of rounds, but they've been gaining momentum, even if they've been losing it. Kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back type of plays for them, as we do have Grape Juice trying to make it that 1 step back. He is going to go down, so not going to be doable. GlobalClan muscling their way in through Saw. A very weak Pablo. Yum Yum is going to get taken down, as now it is going to be even Ubers, but 2-player add an opportunity for GlobalClan to maybe try and go for some type of sacrifice play. As once again, Sin Karma is the first one in.
They're going to get Quacks down, and this is terrible for the side of GCI. And a great kill from Loaf on the Penny. Get the cap time, get the force, and
they're still in.
They pop. There's so much cap time. This is so free. Pablo just needs to stand on the point.
Oh, if anyone stands on the point, Grape Juice is going to be able to dive for it. Scratch trying to do everything they possibly can, and the respawners from GCI might be enough. Pablo stands on it, and he's going to be able to capture it up 4-4. An opportunity for a reverse 5-0 sweep. Whoever wins this round, however many round resets it takes, is going to be the victors tonight. We didn't expect this scoreline. We didn't expect GCI to be as dominant as they were in the first half, and I don't think we expected GlobalClan proper to come back as they did in the second half, but it all comes down to maybe this mid-fight, Marmalade.
For anyone who didn't know, GlobalClan Ice was up 4-0 about 20 minutes ago, and now it is tied for the last round, the most important round, and I really want to see GCI immediately coming in with a Grape Juice bomb. Onto Sinkarma, gets the kill. Quack's gonna live, but does the bomb come back in? Onto Hannah, so much damage. Hannah barely living. And that is massive. They're gonna get every projectile down on the side of GlobalClan, and they're gonna be able to push 2. No one should feed here on the side of GlobalClan Ice, just getting a very good spot. It looks like GlobalClan doesn't want to give it up, but they are going to give up too. And they have been in this position many, many times, and they have done a great job fighting out of their corner. But now, this is all back onto, I think, what the main issue GlobalClan Ice had is breaking these stalemates. This is where your playmakers need to make plays. Round 9, probably one of their most important matches of this season, and if not, their career.
Oh. Yeah, that was a very aggressive play from Paul Dog over in lower. It seems like he, oh my god, a very aggressive bomb coming out from low. Does so much damage. Oh my, Dank stays alive there. That's crazy. Yum Yum and Grape Juice are both going in for it, trying to do everything they possibly could. They couldn't have done much more because he was so weak, but not using there. Might have just won them the round. Shamu, however, is going to die. Loaf is able to get in behind through Sasso, maybe setting things up for a pincer play, but he has to go kind of quick because the respawns from GCR are going to come out. He's over in Cheese. They have found out about him. Most he can do here is maybe just try and get a trade. Not going to be able to do that. He does go down to Loaf. Shamu, very soon the respawn, but there's still going to be one down on the side of GlobalClan, allowing GCI to try and pressure this doorway. Shutter, they're gutting in from drop down, trying to take down the sentry gun, but they haven't. They really haven't gotten any space at all. Quack's trying to spam it down, finally is able to, and now an opportunity for GCI to try and send a sack. They do so. Grape Juice bombing in, gets a bit of damage, is going to be able to get the force, and now with no one at risk of dying to this Uber, GCI setting themselves up beautifully to maybe finally take this last round.
And that huge milk from Dank, but Grape Juice gets in again and gets a very clean sack. And this is, I always say, the most important part, probably the second most important part of being a good team is full ad last pushes. Shamu really selling out on this Pyro next to that Shutter, and if he does a good job, he could absolutely stuff this entire Uber. And this could go so poorly any second now.
Definitely could, as they are going to pop through. Shamu is going to block it, and he's blocking a fair bit. He is going to go down, but now GCI now barreling their way forward. They are going to be able to take down the sentry gun, but Scratch, however, is going to fall. Yum Yum, very weak as well, is going to go down. Everyone on GlobalClan is falling one by one. Hannah at risk of dying very, very late, trying to escape through lower. Oh my, Sin Karma is just bombing in very, very aggressively. That's going to be Hannah recognizing the end was near, kill binding herself back to the respawn room, and that is going to be once again a GlobalClan held last push. They did it at Uber advantage, and they did it at Uber disadvantage. These guys are not trying to lose this whatsoever. They're making their way in onto second. We already have Paul Dog, who were taken down from the sniper of Scratch. Didn't see that one coming, and Sin Karma again dying. And now, even though they do have Uber advantage, they don't have player advantage, taking control of middle so hard for them. But Shamu looks like he wants to take it regardless.
Oh my god, he's in a corner. This is the most Shamu thing I've ever seen. He's behind him. This could be a massive Uber. Hannah is all the way caught. And this is taking no way.
No.
They do not get Hannah. I refuse to
they
believe.
lose one. Dank is gonna die. Oh, Dank, that was just disaster. It was looking really great, and Grape Juice is already on second. Yum Yum is running to last. This could be it. I don't think anyone is there in time to capture the block. Yum Yum, and that is going to be it for GlobalClan Ice.
No way that is how this match ends. They choke the Uber, their flank gets pummeled, and they get back capped. And just barely, GCI holds on, and all of these shit-talking rights are back in their hands. They would have not heard the end of it forever, because Dank will not let that go. That man loves typing. But that was an insane game.
That is a, I mean, I think we expected it to be a good game. Um, After GCI were getting dominant, maybe we thought it was just going to be a 4-0 roll, but GlobalClan coming back, almost taking it the distance. That was one of the best games of TF2 that you can really hope for.
Before you look, take
Uh,
a guess how long that game was. Take a guess. Don't even look. Don't look.
we got into extended overtime.
Uh,
It was a bit longer because of the 2 pauses that happened. I'm going to say a good 42 minutes.
54 minutes long. And that was back and forth. That was a storybook ending, but this time, villain wins. I don't know if they're necessarily the villain in this situation, but they stop it. All the talk about them shutting down the choke, and they barely clamp down, get that last hold in a blunder of an Uber in the last seconds of that game.
That is it's one of the most chaotic, exciting matches I've had the privilege of seeing. And looking at the logs, one person that we were constantly talking about throughout this whole game was Sin Karma. And now he is the top damager at 300 DPM. So he was putting in the damage, but he also had 28
He was putting in the
deaths.
deaths too, yeah.
He had 28 deaths, which is not at the top considering that you had Grape Juice and Quacks going in, getting that 42 burger. Respect out there,
Respect.
doing the work. But Sin Karma, he was doing the damage, but he was dying so often because of it. And you compare that with Piniferous, 40 less damage per minute, but 17, around 11 less deaths, and just kind of shows a very big difference in maybe play styles from both of these demos.
And I think it's a weird thing to say, but I think both teams played great, just on different halves of the game. I think everyone had their moment, but the end, Grape Juice, everyone on GCI really coming through with a big back cap to absolutely end the game. And that was, my prediction wasn't that far off. 4-3, 5-4, close enough.
Yeah,
But definitely not how I
no.
expected it to go out. And that was insane. Looking at the mids, GCI winning 6 of the 9 total mids. And if you're on the side of GlobalClan, that is a huge loss. And they're going to have to make some upset or win next matchup to really give themselves a good spot in the playoffs. A good chance at least making that spot.
Yeah, because you think about it, you've kind of got the top 3, or you assume the top 3, Froyo
Mhm.
Tech, Witness Gaming, like a G6, and that really only leaves one more spot. And we kind of all assumed it would be GlobalClan, but if GlobalClan Ice are able to defeat them in group stages, that immediately calls into question GlobalClan proper's potential at going to LAN, which they definitely want to try and do. But we are going to have some interviews on the way with some of the squad of GlobalClan Ice, I believe. Unless the GlobalClan proper are just very, very happy to give an interview after a very, very narrow defeat. But shout outs to them regardless. They put
That
in
would be
the
pretty
work.
unfortunate. You just come
That
in
would.
after the loss and just be like, hey guys, we almost did it.
It'd still be a lot to talk about, but we are going to have Quacks, Piniferous, and Scratch coming in here.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see what they got to say.
Hola.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
That was an insane match. How are you guys feeling in the first half of that game? You guys are up 4-0. What was the vibes?
Let's
Real-
fucking go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the vibes
Let's go.
were.
The
They were-
vibes were let's
it
go.
was
whoa,
like
yeah.
it was uphill and then downhill and then we won. So it's very relieving now.
Gotta make it interesting, like for the viewers. So
Yeah, it's all content value.
Yeah, but I think even on your guys' side, you guys had to be thinking like, no way we lose this game. That entire time, it's just in the back of your head.
Yeah.
How did you guys really get back your composure and turn that game back around?
We didn't. I don't think we did. I'm gonna be so honest,
No, they
man.
literally just fucked up that bad.
We
Yeah, no.
we did not get our composure
I
back.
mean,
I'm gonna
I
be
would
so
assume-
serious.
I would assume they got really nervous after getting that fourth round, because like when you're down 4-0, you kind of get the one round, and then you get the second round, and you're kind of fucking hype, and then when you get the fourth round, I've been there. You can get nervous and choke, and I think they really choked. Because like at the beginning, it was our game to lose, and we almost lost it, but at the end, it was their game to win. They lost.
just an insane game, I think, from everyone. And the Uber coming in, somehow not killing Hannah, and then on the other side, a double back cap coming in, winning the game, and a lot of talk in chat. How are you guys feeling about that?
Well, I
Where-
love those guys. I'm friends with those guys, so.
Yeah, I'm
I
friends
mean,
with all of them too. Everyone knows Dank loves to yap his little mouth, so I yap right back because I don't care. I don't know. I don't really.
Were people yapping?
Yeah, there's a lot
I-
of gibbering and jabbering. It was
Oh.
really funny.
What did they say? I
Uh,
have everyone muted.
I muted Dank because he's
It's
really
just Dank
annoying,
being Dank. It was just Dank.
but Loaf was also typing. It was pretty funny. I don't know. I love those guys. Those guys are my friends. So
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, a lot of us played this season, like last season with them. Like played with like at least most of that team. I don't know.
What do you think is it that they did that allowed them to get those 4 rounds, or what was it that you guys did that allowed them to get the 4 rounds? Because you guys were looking confident, you had control of mids basically the whole entire game. You guys were very dominant on the mids, but what about their playstyle in that second half kind of caught you guys off guard?
I think they switched up their mids a couple of times. They started going faster on us. which
Yeah, they
caught
went
us
really
off
aggro
guard.
right lane. Yeah,
I know
we
it
know
messed me up. I know it messed me up one mid because I was spamming rockets and I had nothing loaded to bomb and it completely fucked us.
They also started landing on me. Both
yeah,
of them.
they started
that was,
targeting
that was
Scratch
really,
really
that was
hard.
really
Not
fun.
really. Yeah. And then I don't know, like they get that first round and they get that second round and it's like okay, like we're still playing fine. It's like good. They get that third round and it's like I think what Hannah said, like it's chokeable. You know, so I think a lot of our breakdown after that second round that they got was really, I don't know. I don't want to say fear of choking because I never lose in my life ever, but
Of course. all those seasons I've seen on your stream, those didn't happen.
I famously won invite 9 times in a row, so
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Just
so
the
I've
go.
never I've
Yeah.
never lost, so I don't fear losing. But
You know, correct me if I'm wrong. How I see it a lot of times is there's a way you can either play to win or play not to lose. And when you start kind of losing your lead, you're playing not to lose, and it ends up making the other team have way more opportunities. And they really took control. They were taking initiative that time. You guys were kind of just trying to hang in there, but then they somehow find an opportunity there. Do you kind of agree with that sentiment? You're playing not to lose?
perhaps, maybe as a team,
Mm-hmm.
maybe as a team playing not to lose when you're in that like really. I don't know. No, I think we were playing to win and we were just doing it really fucking terribly because there was a lot of there's a lot of plays that we're making as like individuals that are like, yeah, if that player makes that play and it works, you win. But it's very like low percentage, and you know we're making a lot of like we're forcing pushes because we want to win, and you do that because you want to win faster or whatever, and you know you skip out on the details. So. Yeah. So yeah, I changed my answer.
Yeah,
we were playing to win and we were just doing it really bad.
You're playing to win, but you were not winning how you were playing.
Yeah, there you go.
But I think let's cut the bullshit out. LAN season. How are you feeling with this win under your belt?
Our chances have skyrocketed, that's for sure.
A lot more confident if
That
we
haven't
are
skyrocketed.
if we are able to
I think so.
if we're able to keep playing those first 4 rounds, like just get that consistent, I am not at all worried.
Just stop the count after that. Just nope, no more.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta
so-
make the
so
whole
this is
limit to
UGC.
4 rounds,
Yeah,
guys.
this is UGC. Yeah.
No, like old config, we win that for sure.
Yeah, old config, UGC config, first to 4, something like that, dude.
We get that 4th round. We're rolling out engineer to 2nd.
Yeah, the game was 54 minutes long, so that was definitely a trek, a marathon. But TC, do you got any questions here?
Just one last question for me. When you guys were kind of in that very precarious situation, and like you guys said, it was chokeable. Who's like the person on your squad who's kind of the one to keep you guys in it? You know, keep the Penny.
I'd say
Penny.
Penny, and also, I mean, a lot of it's kind of like all of us. We all kind of do our part. I'd say Penny, and then Yum Yum, probably after Penny.
Penny tells us all to shut the fuck up. and then we all
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. So
It works.
It's actually really valuable because this is like the loudest team I've ever been on. Like usually I'm kind of a yapper in comms, but like I can't talk on this team, or
You
else
wouldn't
like
believe
nothing
my migraines.
like nothing gets done.
You always need a team or player to just staffu the rest of your team when it's necessary. You know, got to have that balance. But with this being really early in the season, you got a long season ahead of you. Is there anything that you want to say to each other right now? You know, mentality wise, you got what? How many weeks are there anymore?
I don't even know.
Like
They
6
just
more
got
weeks.
me
million.
changing it.
7, 6.
I don't know. It
6,
changes every
yeah.
single season. But anything you want to say to each other?
I
What do
love
you
you
got?
guys.
Even if we don't make top 4, I love you guys.
Yo, Hannah, next season?
Dude, it's been how many seasons have we played now?
3.
Together. We played at LAN like once, 3 seasons.
1.5 times at LAN.
1.5. Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll see you guys again. We'll be casting another game. But let's start closing out. Any shout outs? We'll go from the top. Grape Juice. You got anything?
I need to think. Go next.
Okay. Hannah, got anything?
Wait, go next.
Oh
come
my
back
God,
to me later.
Penny.
Come back.
Okay.
Penny, you got something.
Shout out to Market and RHDP.
There we go. Quacks.
My team, my friends, production, and the other
Boring.
team. Lots of friends on there. GG's, fun match, and the viewers.
Gotta shout out the viewers. Scratch.
Shout out Rika. Shout out Astro. And shout out Rainworld.
And we'll come back up. Grape Juice.
Shout out to Pain Train.
Of course. The GOAT. And then Hannah.
Shout out to my optometrist who helped me see. Shout outs to my mom and my dad. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be alive. Shout outs to Wumpus, you know who you are. And shout outs to my team and the production. You guys actually always do such a good job.
Wholesome all around. TC, you got something.
Well, shout outs to y'all for winning. You know, if you guys decided to make it interesting for us, we deeply appreciate it because that was a fantastic match. You
You're
guys did
welcome.
phenomenal. Yeah, we'll take that. If you guys can do any more just like that, we'll
Actually,
cast
all
every
of them.
single. Yeah,
them like
all of
that.
them will just cast you guys this whole season. But
I don't know if I can do 7 weeks of 55-minute matches, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
We're gonna try and make it look like Froyo versus Sparkle Gang for the rest of the season.
Or you Froyo or are you
Yeah,
Sparkle?
we're-
Gang?
yeah,
That's
we're-
very
are you
important.
guys?
Is that up to interpretation?
It'll
Up
depend
to-
on the match.
up to interpretation.
I see. Okay, so it's
Okay.
gonna be one side or the other. My shouts. Shout out to my favorite soldier duo here, Quack Juice the Third. But looking forward to the rest of the season, seeing whoever's at LAN. How about shout out to my girlfriend? Shout out to Dolphin. Shout out to TC, and shout out to the community.
Yay.
All right. I think that's going to be it for us here over at RGL. This was GlobalClan Ice versus GlobalClan proper. You just saw GlobalClan Ice take it in a very, very close 5-4 fashion, maybe securing their road to LAN playoffs just a little bit more. And you also heard from the lovely players on that team. That's going to be it for us this week, but don't worry, next week we're going to have even more top-level Invite TF2 action headed your way. And as always, it's going to be me and Marmalou Dolphin bringing it towards you. But until then, that's going to be it for us tonight. So have a good night and stay safe.